That's basically why I'm prepared to take on board anything that Stephen Hawking says. Cleverest man on the planet, most brilliant scientific mind, whatever he says, gospel. That's why I took on holiday with me A Brief History of Time. Probably the wrong choice, actually. I mean, a bottle of tequila, space opera would have done, but... I've always felt slightly undereducated, you know, I've always been at a disadvantage. I left Bovington Gurney with a 2-2 in performing arts and a City and Guilds in falconry. So, I'm spelt slightly disadvantaged. I've always tried to better myself. Brief history of time, right. How can time have a history? Surely history is time, isn't it? And time is history, and time is an unbroken chain stretching off into the future, back into the past. And how can such a thing be brief if it is infinite? And I thought to myself, I can't even get past the title. So I put it to one side, read a bit of Tom Clancy. Now, I don't know if you've already read any Tom Clancy. It's a little bit easier to read. Although he does have a very, very coherent world philosophy. And that is good versus evil. Evil seems to get the upper hand. Good triumphs with vastly superior automatic weapons. I'll give an example. There's a book called Patriot Games by Tom Clancy, and in it, America is pitted against the IRA. Not the real IRA, of course. That would be too complicated. No, not the pretend IRA, not the breakaway IRA, not the continuity IRA. No, the totally mad bonkers, only two of them left, neither of them knows who the other one is IRA. And they try and kidnap the royal family, but CIA, one bloke from the CIA, foils the entire plan, and then invites the royal family over to his house for a big dinner. All jelly, trifle, everything. And, yeah, and what happens is that the IRA are trying to attack the house, and the CIA guys, he's helping them down. Prince Charles is coming down a rope ladder, and he's got hilarious lines like, I am adept with light weapons. Never going to say that, is he? One is adept with light weapons. I don't know. So, he's coming. The IRA are trying to pick them off. Shoot him. Oh, my God, they got the Queen Mother with them. What are we going to do? Because the Queen Mother's indestructible, isn't she? She's immortal. She's danced in the blue flame. Oh. You can't... They've been trying to kill her for years. Breaking her arms, collarbone, legs, breaking her hips, pushing her downstairs, stuffing fish bones down her mouth. She can't kill her. The IRA, shoot her, we can't shoot her, she's indestructible, the bullets will ping right off her. Use the bazooka, we can't use, Jesus Christ, she's got the bazooka. That's from Mountbatten. Good. So I put it to one side, too exciting really, and back to Hawking. Now, what he's describing is so vast, it's almost too much for the human brain to get your head round. He's talking about the size of our planet and the size of the star, and the fact that our star, the sun in our solar system, is one of 100,000 million other stars that make up the galaxy, and this galaxy is one of 100,000 million other galaxies that make up the universe. Now that is a billion things by page 2. That's too many things. I can't think of a billion things. Billion? I don't even know where I left my keys half the time. Billion. If I think a number of things, I get to 10, 11, 12, maybe 13 things, then my eyes start to glaze over. I have to sit down and eat a Pringle sandwich. Drawing comfort as the level bread crushes the curve of the Pringle. Crush. Yum, yum. Hey. We've all done it. This is it. I got about. I was getting in the book. I was getting really bogged down with it, and I thought, well, maybe I'm reading this book the wrong way. Maybe I'm approaching it completely the wrong way. I'm looking at it like it's a scientific textbook. I should maybe come at it from an oblique angle. Maybe look at it like it's a novel or something. So I, take it to a meadow with a dandelion. Like, pretend it's a bit of lightweight melodrama or something. Bit of Jane Austen, for example. Mr. Knightley, I am confused and not a little annoyed. It seems that even non-rotating black holes create and emit particles at a steady rate. Oh, tush and fie, Emma. Quantum mechanics tells us the particles are created just outside the black hole's event horizon. Oh, Mr. Knightley, my synapses are shutting down. of flows a bit better, doesn't it? Although Clancy is immeasurably improved by the Austen treatment. Oh, Mr. Darcy, I thank you for the gift of the Uzi. My dear Elizabeth, with its lightweight barrel and high rate of fire, it is indeed one of the most sought-after light weapons in the world. Oh, Mr. Darcy, you the man. And I got about halfway through the book and I thought, wait a second, I understood that last bit. Wait a minute. Go back a couple of pages. What did he say? He says that light is affected by gravity. So I thought to myself, what are you trying to say? That it's easier to drop things in the dark. Yeah, I've noticed that, yeah. And then he'd follow it up by saying, according to Pauli's exclusion principle, if the neutron is separated from the quark, then the universe would be reduced to a rich soup, or indeed any hot beverage. Crush, 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 yum, 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 yum. It's too much for your head to get round. There's a point in the book where it just gets so abstract and out there, I just can't keep hold of it. He starts talking about the shape of the universe. Now, I can understand size, yeah, it just keeps getting bigger, bigger, bigger. You just keep putting more chairs out. Yeah, I can understand that. But shape, how can it be different shapes? Icky reckons it can be 3 different shapes. Long and thin and flat like a piece of tagliatelle. It could be round like a giant marble on a cat's back with a bit of glitter. Or saddle-shaped. Saddle-shaped? You're making it up now, surely. You might as well say it is actually a saddle. It's strapped to the back of a giant cosmic donkey. God's riding it up and down a deserted galactic beach, giving it toffee apple supernovas. I reckon at this point in the book, you just think nobody's going to get this far. I'll write any old bollocks. I'll put a word search in, a couple of puzzles. Dot to dot, nobody's going to know. See, what I find extraordinary about it is that he actually... this is... Maybe I'm just, stupid. Maybe that... There we go. There we go. Good night. No, maybe... I haven't quite grasped what he was trying to explain, because I thought, being a scientist, he would be very sceptical about any notion of religion. But no, throughout the book, he says, well, God probably did it. Goodbye. It's always a bit of a cop-out. It's like, well, I can't explain that bit. God did that bit. And then move on. Which is kind of interesting, because he says that, yes, there is a scientific explanation for a lot in the universe, but there's a point where you can't explain it. And then what do you do then? Well, then that's where you have to say, maybe, which isn't very scientific, is it? And this is the most brilliant scientist on the planet. So where does that leave all the rest of us? We haven't got a clue, have we? We'll have to be. We have to believe what he says. So I find extraordinary. He says that even if you examine the very physical nature of the universe, like neutrons, you look at a neutron, the charge on a neutron is exactly right. It could be too much, could be too little. But no, it's exactly right. And then the combination of gases forms life on Earth. As if some higher power had a neutron in a vice and was tweaking it. Went, hey, there you go. What do you think of that? The donkey. Yeah, whatever, mate. Hawking says it is incredible that the evidence of divine intervention or some sort of higher intelligence is in us as humans. Because we are humans, we are able to have some sense of our own existence. We are self-aware. We can create amazing things. We can have hummus, soda streams, self-cleaning ovens, anything we want. Animals do not have this. Animals have not developed complex political systems. You don't get weasels developing a Maoist system of society. If one weasel gets a bit up itself, the other weasels tie it to a tree stump and outline its shortcomings. No, that doesn't happen. You're not pulling your weight. What do you mean? And it just strikes me that, well, fair enough, it is incredible. It just seems to me like too much of a coincidence. There's all this on Earth, and there's nothing everywhere else. There's nothing. Not even a little bit of like this. You know, a couple of little chefs and a few streets. You know, one soda stream. I don't know. Maybe one choice from the one visit to the salad bar. I don't know. Mercury, nothing. Venus, nothing. Earth, a selection of hot and cold drinks from the buffet. Mars, nothing.